Fable Anniversary is a timeless classic. The game is basically 17 years old but had a facelift done to it in 2014. You can play this RPG in numerous amount of ways to make it fun and exciting. You can play as a mage who casts lightning at his foes, or a warrior who uses his brute force to get the job done. But today, we're going to see if you can beat Fable Anniversary with only using a bow and arrow. The game starts off like any other game of Fable. Your father is disappointed in you, like mine in real life, for not getting your sister a gift on her birthday. He tells you to go do good deeds, so he'll pay you 1 gold for each good deed he hears about. So you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do. After finding a guy cheating on his wife, you bribed him not to tell anybody, only then to rat him out like the little shit you are. You then go punching another small child, rescuing a teddy bear, punch another small child, and then finally being able to afford the warmest box of chocolates for your sister who probably hates you. As you hand your sister her now box of hot chocolate, she gets a funny feeling that there's something wrong. And she's right. Ben Shapiro just finished giving a TED talk at the tavern, and there was a strong protest that turned violent. A strange man abducts me and inducts me into a cult. I learn that Albion has a Jamaica. Then humiliate some teenagers by beating their race time as a child. Haha. I start my training now to be a hero. Now, this is gonna upset some people. You have to hit the dummy, kill beetles, use lightning to be able to advance out of the tutorial. So I'm not starting the challenge until after graduation. Now that that's over, let's get to the actual challenge. I take 2 steps out the building and already am confronted with needy motherfuckers who want me to be an exterminator. I grabbed my crossbow and instantly knew how this one was going to go. I couldn't hit a single fucking wasp. Luckily, the longbow was effective, and I used my new Bug Zapper 9000 to kill the queen. On my way to Bowerstone for the first time, I grabbed a key to your mom's bedroom, made copies, and gave one to Mage. He was thankful. Mage informed me that my sister could still be alive, then proceeded to make fun of my gear even though I just started the game. Dick. After learning the bombshell news that my sister could be alive, I immediately forgot about it and started my to-do list, which involved defending an apple orchard, getting into a pissing contest with Whisper, mine was bigger in case you were wondering, and then went shopping and upgraded my bow. Now Mage might compliment me. Dick. I explained to some bandits why living is overrated, then gave them a demonstration. Then guided some traders to Bower Fields. I think one might have had covert or something. After finally making it back to Oakvale, I was introduced to the little girl whose bear I stole. She got revenge by triggering my Vietnam flashbacks and most likely injecting me with a hallucinogen. After my weird trip, I wanted to show Maze my brand new shiny bow. Are you proud of me, Dad? Maze? He didn't seem to notice. He only cared about talking about how amazing and awesome Twin Blade is. Dick. After a couple of failed attempts at getting the best bow in the game, I gave up and went to work with what I had. Their sacrifices, though, would not be forgotten. They taught me the meaning of life, like how meaningful it is to be alive. Sucks to be them. I came to a decision that the bandits I first met didn't deserve head privileges. I tried on some bandit gear to try and blend in, and it seemed to work, until Twin Blade said he knew I was coming. Really? So all that sneaking around was for nothing. I took my frustrations out on his back. As I was going to bonk Twin Blade on the head with the stick, my sister came out of the tent and cock-blocked the execution with exposition. After that sweet and memorable union with my sister I haven't seen in years, I forgot what I was doing. Oh, wait, I remember. After Twin Blade's forced eviction from life, I raided his former house and hired a bandit for, important mercenary stuff. Important mercenary stuff. We bonded on our adventures until we arrived at a very familiar place. That's right, round 2 of sacrifices. Unfortunately, they weren't up to the blood god standards. I tried one more time, this time with the one from Bowerstone. And wouldn't you know it, after reading some articles, I realized that I should wait until midnight to murder someone. Who knew? With my new acquired super awesome amazing bow, I showed my appreciation to the disciples the only way I knew how. That's right, I murdered them in their own house of worship. Ironic. I took some time to celebrate at the local camp by playing some blackjack. I lost most of my gold and got pretty angry. Eventually I made it to a Cullis Gate and teleported to Norfolk Glade. This is where I met my sworn enemy of this game. Fucking rock trolls. It's like shooting an airsoft gun at a trebuchet as it's lobbing fucking boulders at you. Honestly, that was the easiest one. Later, it gets annoying. I was having fun spelling a curse word, but the game didn't like that because it sent some angry woofers to nibble on me. Eventually, I found the archaeologist in the demon door, but he was pissed at me for doing it. He'll get over it. It's not like someone will find and capture him. I took a break from the main quest to remind Whisper that I am better than her in every way possible. You could say that Whisper is a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck. After showing my dominance, I go back to the guild and pick up the bounty for a white Balverine. Go and collect on it, and in the process get an invitation to the arena. I guess that was a major accomplishment. Are you proud of me yet, Dad? Maze. Now on to the main event, the arena. Armed with only my devil bow and arrows made from the bones of my enemies, I entered the arena for the first time. The first 2 rounds were simple, wasps and hobs. Then Whisper's brother allowed her to come out and play. But Whisper is that friend that you have fun when you're alone, but when it comes to like dodgeball, she's a steaming pile of trash and will be picked last, and hopefully I don't have the last pick. We killed some Balverines, had a fun arrow tea party with bandits, and sent Ingrid and Bertha back into hibernation. The next round made me hate everything about this run. Not only was I stuck in a small area with 2 rock trolls, but Whisper did nothing to help. She doesn't do damage, she can't attract their attention. She was absolutely worthless. After getting hit by a rock, and then again, and again, and again, I managed to get into somewhat of a rhythm and be able to take one out. Now, that is basically 1v1, I can dodge better and able to take out the second one. Finally, it was the big bad boss. And honestly, as it goes for bosses, this one wasn't even a challenge. After we sent him to the grave, it was time to see who came first between me and Whisper. After I knocked her to the ground, I had to decide whether she was going to live or die. You know, looking back, I can see how much we've grown together. Whisper and I have been friends since I was a wee child, and now I was half tempted to spare her life. But then I remembered all those fucking rocks that hit me, because she is absolute garbage. So I put an arrow between her eyes and claimed the title of Arena Champion. There is no second, only first. As I cartwheel out of the arena, I am forced to pass by Whisper's brother. Awkward. No hard feelings, right, buddy? I get a message from my sister. Oh yeah, she's still in this game. And I head to Bower Fields. What I forget is that earlier I accepted a quest, so as soon as I set foot in there, I have to murder and execute some traitors. It was a welcome surprise, more for me than them. At the Grey House, my sister told me that it was Jack of Blades that has been the reason for my suffering. He stole her mother and cut out my sister's eyes. Dick. I need to go find the archaeologist, so he can tell me where a secret tunnel to the prison is. But before going to find him, I stop by the 1% of Albion known as Bowerstone North. First thing I do is go and give Thunder's girlfriend a rose. She might be an evil and awful woman, but Thunder likes her, so fuck him. I basically teach Albion the art of the deal by buying all their diamonds, which causes a high demand for diamonds. So I sell them back for a markup. Big brain moves. I buy the biggest and strongest sword of the game, for no reason except that I can. Just because I'm doing an only bow challenge doesn't mean I can't look badass in the process. So at this point in the process of making this video, it's been a gap of about 4 months. The audio is going to sound different because I don't do this often and forgot exactly how I set up my audio the first time. So, deal with it. I continue the main quest to save my mother by fighting a new enemy, minions. Not the cute annoying guys from Despicable Me, more like the ugly, annoying, trying to murder type. I managed to roll and fight my way through them when all of a sudden a rock troll appeared. Immediately I got flashbacks to the arena, so I just avoided him and went on my merry way. It was quite difficult to fight so many enemies with only a bow, but alas, I managed to kill all the minions and save the archaeologist for the second time. You're welcome, asshole. He then tells me that they took my mom to prison and that there was a secret entrance through the graveyard. When I went to talk to the nice man about this secret door, I must have opened Steam and clicked on Dead Rising, 'cause now there's nothing but zombies running around. I started hearing voices in my head again, and was compelled to find the disembodied spirit stuff. I guess this guy never heard the saying, you can't take your money and stuff to the grave. I gathered his armor, helmet, sword, and shield, so the path to me he shall yield. The next few minutes was me killing a bunch of zombies until I started an ancient ritual that looked like I was offering my soul to the devil. Joke's on him though, I traded my soul a while ago for a Klondike bar. Now comes time for the worst part of this game. But first we meet the big bad boss way before we were supposed to actually meet him for some reason. Good job, developers. We fight some more zombies and then make some more zombies. I found my mother and we casually strolled out of the prison. Joke's on me though, because Jack was waiting for me to do this. He traps me and sticks me into a cell. Now, the shittiest part of this game, I can't tell you how frustrating this is. First, you have to sit through dialogue, then win a foot race. And hopefully when you're brought to the warden's office, you pick the correct book that has the key in it, or you're sent to the Shadow Realm and have to do the whole fucking thing over again. And God help you if you don't pick it right the second time. Once I found the key, we stormed Verkuda and ascended from darkness. We put down Squidward from SpongeBob and successfully escaped the prison. Next, we traveled to the exotic lands of Hook Coast. We learn that Maze has been the sus imposter Amogus the whole time. We politely tell him why he should reconsider being bad, but he's too busy being dead. I play hide and seek with Jack, but every time I find him it's not fair, because he refuses to seek even though I keep winning. Dick. Jack activates all the focus stones and takes my mother and his new acquired sword to the guild. The guild master decides to sit this next battle out, and I go to confront Jack one-on-one. As soon as I enter the room, I suspect there's an intervention, because my mom and sister are together, and I'm not really ready to talk about my bloodlust. Jack cuts down my mother and evolves into Mega Jack. Now the best thing about this only bow run is that the fight requires you to either use magic or a bow. Luckily I have the best bow in the game, so it wasn't too hard to shoot him down. With Jack defeated and Albion saved, there's only one choice left to make. Will I keep the super awesome amazing sword and strike down my sister to become the most powerful person ever exist? Or cast temptation down the portal and make sure no man wields such power? Now, if you watched up until this point, it's safe to assume what I'm ending up going to do. That's right, I throw the sword away. Remember, this is a bow-only challenge. Dumb idiots, you think it was going to ruin the run for unlimited power? Get real. Now, this is technically where I would consider the challenge to be complete, because this is the base game and not the lost chapters. But just to show you that I actually completed it, here's a look at the champions I had to fight to be able to fight and kill Jack once again. Now that that's done, you can beat Fable with only a bow. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you didn't, then like it anyway, because maybe I'll do another challenge for Fable, or even for a different game. Until then, thanks for watching.